DIRREC Gaming is shadow dropping tonight. We got so much
Oh, like
stuff talking. We right. And let's go. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
good, man. It's been a good Thursday. Just getting some stuff done at home and about to get ready to talk some gaming.
Okay. What
Killing
about
it.
you, Spartan?
Killing it. We're enjoying the Thursday, getting ready to go for a weekend. Looking forward to what's next on the next generation coming through.
Yeah, I'm
How are
after
you
Sarah
doing?
Bond, man. I call her the hype girl because she's really good at like getting you excited. The way she words the words, what's coming for the future. It really gets you hyped.
I like y'all's energy tonight, man. I really do.
How are you
I'm
doing?
doing pretty good, man. I just got
How
through
was your
eating some
wings?
Wingstop. Got through eating some Wingstop. I'm still over here sipping on some sips.
Oh yes.
What's your go-to for flavor at Wingstop?
I go with original hot, man. I like my buffalo. I like my buffalo sauce, man. What about you?
Yes, sir.
And the lemon pepper. And the lemon pepper, man. You gotta mix it up sometimes.
Yeah, lemon pepper and hot is for me, man. Frank's hot.
I like the
Man,
habanero.
y'all up in that Canada be eating those wings, huh? Be tearing those wings up.
Killing them.
Just like we about to tear this show up.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Hello, folks. How y'all doing out there? I don't understand what's going on, man. Why are so many people sad these days? Why are so many people delusional? Why can't gamers just be happy? What are we doing out here? Be happy. Everybody can't advance. Everybody can't climb up. But that doesn't mean that everybody can't have fun. We're here to have fun, people. We're here to play these games.
I think people have forgotten that, Famo.
You know, as each day goes by, they keep reminding me just how much they hate Xbox, man. And I just don't get it. I don't understand the hatred towards it. It's a lot of hatred. But when you think about it, and you actually think about the vision, right? Xbox didn't lie to nobody, man, about what they were gonna do. Shouts to my man G-Man in the building. They didn't lie. They have stuck to their guns, man. And they pretty much delivered what they said it was gonna deliver. And that was cloud technology, consoles, and more games. I don't think anybody right now can say that Microsoft has not delivered on those top three things right there. And as far as I'm looking at it, I'm in a wow moment because right now Microsoft is moving in the right direction with Xbox. There's only a few things that I see that a few tweaks here, a few tweaks there. But hey, listen, this is not a perfect world. But this approach that they got for Xbox, where the voice of the people is back, like there's a lot of things that people are no longer holding back about the goodness of what Xbox brings to gaming. So now there's momentum. You got momentum. And when you have momentum, it's a beautiful thing, man. They just announced some handhelds. They announced the console. They announced some games. And I don't know about y'all, but what are you playing? Matter of fact, since we're talking about games, What are you playing right now, Spartan 117?
I'm playing Master Chief right now.
Well,
I
hell, I
haven't
should have.
touched. I'll be honest. I've been so busy with work right now. I haven't touched gaming for a minute.
You been swamped.
I've been swamped. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna sit there and fake it. I played this and I played that. Naturally, right now, I've been swamped. We're finishing integrating our companies, and they are just dragging us. However, as soon as I get my hands on that stick, every
Yeah,
single game I missed out on, I'm gonna
yeah.
start cherishing and playing it. I've got backlog.
Yeah,
I've
Yeah,
got
you
it's
got
gonna
backlog.
plenty of
take you a
back
while
on.
to catch up.
I've got catch up. We've got a library, guys. This is no joke.
Yeah.
Every day, new game comes out, man. Every week we got a series. ID at
Crazy,
Xbox is
man.
doing up, man. We're our Christmas is gonna be so good.
Yeah. What it do, realist? Yo,
But
Reds.
I've been playing Final Fantasy 16. I just started it. I bouncing back and forth between that and Metaphor right now, which are two great RPGs. Having a lot of fun with it. It runs really smooth, really well on Series X with 16 and Metaphor, and they're both very pretty games. I've always been a big Final Fantasy fan ever since Nintendo when it first came out. So to see it evolve and sometimes not the best directions. They've kind of been hit or miss lately, but this one so far, I'm really liking it. I like the story. The combat is fun. You get different abilities that you can mix and match and do different combos, and you could jump and do aerial moves. It's not just one dimensional like some Final Fantasy games are. It's got definitely a good variety to it. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm looking forward to playing more of it when we're done with the show.
Realist said he's been on Final Fantasy 16 as well. Got to get back to the clear obscure. Yeah. Obscure, yeah. That Expedition 33 is ridiculous, man. I
I
haven't
think that
started on it yet.
game will probably be game of the year, or at least game of the year contender. It's probably one of the best RPGs I've played in a while.
Oh, really? Well, that's what I'm hearing. So
Yeah, you're
I
gonna
don't
like
hear
it,
nobody.
Famo.
I don't hear nobody complaining about that game. I don't hear nobody complaining about that game. As far as I'm concerned, that game is almost flawless, man. From what I've been hearing. And it's got the highest score, right? Well, it did, right? It's 93, 94, something like that.
Yeah, some people are saying it doesn't count because it's basically just the re-release of Breath of the Wild. It's like the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which like Nintendo and Zelda, they get an automatic boost in their score just because they're Zelda and Nintendo. I don't think it's fair because I think Claire Obsidian is a new game and Zelda and Breath is not, and I don't feel like it deserves to overtake Claire's score, but it is what it is.
Well, we're gonna be doing a lot of reading, man. We gotta be doing a lot of looking up some stuff. But did y'all get that news, man? You see that article about they're finally admitting the PlayStation not having any games, man?
Finally, about time. We've been saying this all. I've been saying this for the past 2 or 3 years, and I know you've been saying it probably for as long, or if not longer, Famo. What about you, Spartan?
what happened is Microsoft broke Sony's back so bad that they shook their pillars, their foundation. It's like a strike with one of them bombs, a bunker buster, and that's what Sony did. They hid Call of Duty, all these games, and all of a sudden Microsoft came out with a bunker buster and took it all out. Like, hey,
Yeah,
bye
they
bye
relied
gaming.
way too heavily on Call of Duty, and they even admitted it in that new executive meeting they had. They said that they need to stop relying so much on third party revenue, and it's clear because Jim Ryan was sounding the alarm. He was flying all over the world trying to stop the deal because he knew if Microsoft got ABK, that means they would lose Call of Duty, and that's their main revenue generator. It's how they make their first party.
Remember
So right
Destiny
now
as well?
they're scraping the bottom, Famo. They're just barely basically kind of getting by with what they have now because we know console sales don't cut it. So
just the amount of games that you have that you could play on that. It's a console is like walking into an arcade. If you don't, if you have a slim pick of what you could choose and play, then what's the point of going into that arcade? When you go to Xbox, you open the doors. There's an arcade with whatever you want to play, whatever genre, whatever age. Go play it.
And that's what the donkeys are missing is the fact that like what Xbox and Windows are becoming, it's going to be literally like an arcade machine that has almost endless games. I mean, and you could do more than that. You can emulate too. You could play retro games. You can pretty much have the flexibility of a PC, but a really good budget PC, which a lot of people can't afford those 2, 3, 4 grand PCs. You give them an $800 like nice, almost mid-tier PC in a console. I mean, that's really appealing. I don't care what anybody says, and that's the point that they're missing is like if Sony sticks to their guns and they continue relying on just their PlayStation base and some PC, I just don't see how it's going to work out for them because their exclusives aren't really selling, and their third party is selling okay. I mean, it's hit or miss, right? Like we saw with Stellar Blade, it didn't do that well, right? The only one that's really done well recently was Helldivers. But that was mainly because of PC players, not because of PlayStation players. We know that. The numbers show that.
I got a question.
So, Rez, can you? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Spark.
Just a quick one. Unless you're like a Harvard next gen student, university graduate, what's the point of having a $4,000 PC?
So really, all it is to have the highest textures, resolution, frame rate. Like people want to see the water drops hit the road, kind of like it's for those people that really want the ultimate experience of the game, like the best possible way the game can look. Like some people want that high fidelity, like that you can't get anywhere else.
I don't get it, man. For me,
I know it's it's like an artist who appreciates every little detail. Some gamers like they feel like they need that in order to enjoy and experience the game they want it. Yeah, exactly.
If I don't see a stutter or a jitter and a pixel pop in my game, man, that I don't feel original, man.
But we grew up in the retro days, so that's the difference. We know that games can be good without it being pretty. Like we played them for generations. So these newer up and comers who've only been around since PS3 don't really understand that. They don't have that fundamental knowledge and understanding that that's the way things were before. You really needed to appreciate the games for what they are, for their gameplay, not the graphics.
Yo, I like what Ren just said. PC hybrid 100% confirmed. Donkeys are sad. Exactly, famo. Exactly, famo.
I love
another
that.
thing, I just wanted
hybrid, bro. Sorry, you were saying?
No, yeah, PC hybrid, bro. I had a question for both of you guys. You know, as y'all talking about this stuff, because it's good stuff, but I have a question like, why do y'all think the PlayStation first party library has fallen off? Because I was looking at this article, right? And the title it's just crazy how the title is just bold with it. It says Sony's first party has fallen off. It's the third party studios carrying the PlayStation 5. But my thing, before y'all answer that question, right? This has always been the case. That's why I don't, this stuff, I know I'm in the wrong era. I get it. I know I'm in the wrong era. This silly stuff that continually just keeps going around the gaming media. Because like I said, man, the media is the media, right? I don't lose my mind or my train of thought on that. But when we came up, man, at least the books and stuff that we read, the gaming books and things like that, they were more authentic. You actually had a one-on-one or a direct, they were talking to the devs directly. The devs, they had their quotes. You could see that. You could see how the devs were just proud of their work and everything. They like to talk about their games. And there wasn't all of this little silly stuff, that this regurgitated stuff that I'm talking about. Because let's just be for real, right? Sony hasn't in a long, long, long time. Well, hell, damn near since its existence. Let's just be for real. When hasn't, let me just put it like that. When hasn't third-party games not carried PlayStation? Period. Now, I'm talking about from 1 to 5. When have the third-party games never done that? So why is it that we continue to do this? Sony's first party has fallen off. Well, when did they ever came out with strong first party games? I'm serious. When? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
Sony's
think the most first party they've had is during PS4 generation, I believe, and even that wasn't really that
what
heavy hitting. You know, it's always been third party support. You're right.
it's always been third party support. Nobody was buying PlayStation 4 to play Knack 2, right? Knack 2. Nobody was
No, it
going to
didn't sell that well. You're right.
yeah. We you remember when they were capping for Little Big Planet? Little Big Planet is dead now.
Nobody bought it. Yep.
Nobody bought it. It's just the reality has set in. But my thing is this. Look how long it took. But if you've been paying attention to DIRREC gaming, right? I told everybody what did I say? They're gonna let us what? Roll the what? Till they what? Fall off. They're going to roll these tires to the rims, and the rims are going to fall off this bad boy to the point where they're going to still try to ride it, and the engine's going to lock up on them. Now, what I mean by that is they always had a way to keep talking because of some games would just drop. They had a way to talk. But this is based off the narratives. See, now it's not when we say don't have no games, right? Let's just be for real. We're not saying that PlayStation doesn't have games where you can't play them. Of course it does. But we're talking about the narrative. We're talking about what everybody said, what makes PlayStation so great, right? Which is also opinionated. But it's a narrative. Because listen, the majority of the people that are playing on PlayStation are not playing these exclusives or these Sony only games. You know, we tend not to count PC anymore because PC is pretty much a secondary situation anyway. It's a hustle situation. So I mean, there's still a such thing as a console exclusive. Yeah, console exclusive. Not so much as just the word exclusive, but consoles exclusives are still here. They're still vibrant. You know, meaning that a game will only be on that console / to the PC. It won't be on another. The PC is not considered a console. So that game may exist on the PC, but it won't exist on other consoles. That's a console exclusive. So that still goes around. That's still happening. That's not anything that people are shocked about. But my problem is we keep regurgitating stuff, right? It's the third-party studios carrying the PlayStation 5. Well, it was the third-party studios that carried the PlayStation 4. It was the third-party studios that carried the PlayStation 2. And it damn sure was the first-party studios that carried PlayStation 1. So my question is, why do you think that Sony's first party has fallen off? That's a question to both of y'all. I know Chat Pack can chime in whenever. They can type whatever they want, but
I'll go first.
what's up,
I think
Nene?
it's a
I'm just giving a
it's
shout out
combi-
to everybody real quick, man. You know, Nene29 in the building. Salute. He said PlayStation was built off a third party since PlayStation 1. Facts. See what I'm saying? Go ahead, Rez.
So it's really a
Talos, what's
combination
up, baby?
it's a combination of factors. The first factor is Sony seems to like Nintendo just wants to play it safe. Like they don't really want to take. It doesn't seem to me like with their first party they take a lot of creative risks.
Yeah.
Because they keep coming out with the same type of games, and those games don't appeal to everybody, right? And a lot of those people who do appeal it to are getting burnt out on them because that's all they churn out, right? Another factor is the budgets, right? And the time it's taking to develop the games, right? Because back in the PS1, PS2 days, it only took, I think, if I remember reading correctly, only 1 or 2 years, maybe 3 at the most, to develop a AAA game. Now it takes 5, 6, 7, 8 years, even more in some special cases. So that's a long time. And when you don't have
Snooky Jackson, what's good, baby?
and when you have only third-party support and people are waiting that long for those blockbuster games, you know, they're going to start to notice it. They're going to start to say stuff like that, right? But it's just gotten worse because of the way things are with technology and with everybody wanting the best graphical fidelity, the best frame rates, open world, all these different things that they want to expand upon. It makes the games bigger and bigger and bigger. And not only that, the other factor too is the fact that, and I've touched on this multiple times before, but Jim Ryan, his direction, and I know it was this Sony, it wasn't just him, the whole executives, and they're basically kind of or rat chasing, where they're trying to find that ultimate live service game that's going to keep their revenue strain going, keep their momentum going for the future, so they can rely on it like they did Call of Duty, right? And the problem with that is they were having all of their first party studios focus on trying to achieve that, right? And a lot of those studios, from what we heard, like through rumor and reporting, that there was a lot of pushback with that a lot of those studios aren't really equipped to do those type of games. I mean, we've seen it just recently with all the cancellations and Sony backing out and stopping funding or canceling studios too, not just the games. It seems like their studios are just that's not what they want to make. They want to make those experiences that Sony's been making for a long time, and they were trying to push them in that direction. And so they went along with it, and they tried to make it work. They tried building their own live service game, and a lot of
30
those
below, what's good,
studios,
baby?
they're only equipped to do one game at a time. Not every Sony studio can do multiple projects at once. I mean, I think Insomniac and Guerrilla, yeah, I think they're some of the outliers who can achieve that sort of output, but most of those studios can only do one game at a time. So when you're only doing one game at a time and you put 4 or 5 years into it, and then they cancel it, or they say, we don't like this, we're gonna stop funding this, we need you guys to do something else, that means they have to start all over again from scratch or from the drawing board on another project. So that's also the big delay too here, is the fact that they had a lot of their major studios kind of had to start over. So there's going to be even larger gap now. Like, that's why we're not going to see a lot of these games until PS6. It's because, like, a lot of those studios had to pivot back to what they were good at, what they were always worked on, which was what those single player experiences that, something that they seem to only be able to do. So that's my take on it. It's a multifaceted thing, but it's not good for Sony because they're doing this, they're kind of sticking it to their fans, right? Because they're making their fans wait longer and longer, and they're giving them the same games over and over and over again through remaster, remake, director cut, and people are tired of playing those games. And like, Sony's continuing this strategy. They said they are recently. They're not changing directions. They're not going Microsoft's route. And they're relying on their fans' nostalgia, which is a Nintendo move, but they don't have the type of nostalgia power, I think, as strong as Nintendo's anyway. So I don't know how much longer they can get away with it, Famo. It doesn't seem to me like they can, if they continue down this route. And they even said, I think too as well, right? They said they're only going to be able to maybe do one a year. I mean, which is,
That's
especially if
crazy.
Microsoft is churning out 5 or 6 a year at least. I mean, the difference is pretty stark there. I think they're going to lose a lot of players, like, eventually. Some people, the hardcore, as we always say, they're going to hold on. They're not going to let go. But I anticipate the people who aren't quite as attached to PlayStation and Sony would start jumping ship to Microsoft. At least that's what I think.
No, good stuff, man. Spawn, you want to cash in? I mean, it's up to you.
The only thing I find with Sony, that their games don't have a story, anything behind them. It's just like picking parts from a movie and putting it together. They don't have legacy. That's the problem. They think they could just put hardware there and do a one and done. and attract customers, yeah, man. Like that's the big hit that they're taking, in my opinion. They could come out with six of the same game and say God of War 44, but it's the same gameplay, the same hack and sack, the same everything. With our games, Halo, everything is different in every single series. Everything is atmosphere. Everything is different. Their games are all the same. Um, that's why I gave up on the PlayStation 2 and moved on to the Xbox, man.
It's the variety too, right? Like
Oh,
Microsoft's able to take those creative risks and let their studios do what they want to make, what they want to make. And I
Yeah,
think that's also the big difference too.
it's such a
there,
narrow library with third party theft claiming it's theirs first with these exclusivity. They had their run. They had their run with that PlayStation 4 because Xbox came out gimped with the TV and with that whatever oblong sideways pyramid looking.
You know, you think for a video game company, they'd want to make more money by expanding their games to as many players as possible, but it seems like they just want to gatekeep like the donkeys, like their fans, and just
well,
keep all the games to themselves.
Instead of investing in IP, they invested in deals and locked it down to a third party exclusive platform with two skins and a custom made Thor console.
well,
I even saw
the thing is, if PlayStation, okay, so there's a serious problem going on, right? Because what I'm about to read off, this is for real. This is what's happening and what's happened, right? So it's not like we've been saying this for a while, right? But I told you it's gonna get to the point where you're gonna have to call a spade a spade. Because at some point, I said this? At some point, when are we gonna start admitting? Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a little history. And sorry for the chat pat tonight. I know I'm slipping on the comment section, but y'all forgive me. But I'm in mobile mode right now, so forgive me. Um, I remember, and chat pat, chime in, do your thing, do what you do best, because you know I am not here to lie. We got one thing and one thing as a responsibility to do here on Di-RRec Gaming, and that's to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us gaming. I remember, wasn't that long ago, a few years ago, when you felt the tremors, you knew, you could just see the foreseen future, and you knew this was going to happen, right? And I remember many people came out here and started immediately making excuses for PlayStation. And it was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable sight to see, because a lot of these folks were, I call them extra grown-ups, if you know what I mean. Extra grown-ups. Hey, come on, man. Like, we're too old to act like we can't call a spade a spade. It was a problem then. But see, now you don't have a choice but to call it a spade, because it's offering nothing. It has nothing that fits the narrative. And I remember, this is what they used to say. Well, you know, PlayStation has an incredible, now, and it was funny, is this coming from the media saying this. PlayStation has an incredible track record of making sure that they drop their games and they're beloved and people like to play them and blah, 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 blah. So if they get a bad year or some bad months, it's okay, because Sony, they got Gottis. And I said, wait a minute, hold on. I made a show about it. I said, wait a minute. So now we're just going to let stuff slide, right? Because of an opinionated past, in which it's a debatable, it's highly debatable on how Sony did things and how they presented gaming on their platform. That's debatable. Without a fact, that's debatable. You can't say something like that and just stand on facts, man. Stand on your business. Because no, bro, you're in quicksand with that one. Because what I'm about to read off is exactly why people were playing stuff off back then. And it gets worse. It gets worse. But let's read this. See, now you don't hear no excuses. That's my point. You don't hear anything no more. Now that everything is not there, they're going on, they're already in 2.5 years of drought. I'm literally saying 2.5 years. And notice what I said, y'all. They don't care about that Ghost Yodi. Have they talked about it? Look at the article. You actually have a console exclusive coming out in October, but none of you guys are talking about it. So let's check this out.
I've barely seen anybody talk about it on Twitter.
Exactly. Nobody cares. So let's look at the issues, right? Let's look at the issue. All right. And let's start with the dates. I remember in 2019, they were talking about The Last of Us multiplayer. And I remember Naughty Dog telling the PlayStation fans, oh, give us till 2022, factions will be ready. So I'm gonna start right there. Since everybody wanted to play it off for Sony back then, I'm gonna start right there. The Last of Us multiplayer was canceled in December 2023. And I want y'all to count with me. That's one. Marvel Spider-Man, The Great Web. You don't know nothing about that because you know why? It was canceled to an unknown date, but part of Insomniac hack in December 2023. That's two. London Studio Live Service game. Don't know the name of it. You know why? Canceled and developer closed in February 2024. That's three. Twisted Metal. Canceled in February 2024. That's four. Helldivers 2. Released in February 2024. Not canceled. That's five. Payback Project from Bungie. Canceled in August of 2024. That's six. Concord. Released in August. You know what's funny? Concord actually got released, y'all. It got released into the public. Released in August 2024, but taken offline forever after just 2 weeks. Concord went down as the worst game ever in gaming history. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 7. Live service game from Ben Studio. You don't know the name? You know why? Because it was canceled in July 2025. That's 8. Live service God of War game from Bluepoint. Canceled in July 2025. That's 9. Fair Game. Fair Games. Announced in May 2023. Still in production. Marathon. Announced in May 2023. Still in production. Horizon Online. Unannounced, but a widely rumored project. Come on, y'all. Y'all gonna sit up here and this is what we come down to, Mr. Bushido? My man in the building. This is what we done come to, Mr. Bushido? You know, give a shout out to Mr. Bushido and give a shout out to my man Magnaforce out there.
Bushido, what
They
up,
always
homie?
showing gameplay. They always showing gameplay. They always
Yeah, he's
putting
one of the
gaming
real
first.
ones.
They always doing that, you know, and I appreciate that. They're always out there showing that content, man. And I like seeing that. Nene says, I hear Sony out here fake flexing. Apparently they're not going to buy we were going to talk about that too. But you damn Skippy. They're not out here. Okay. Nene don't even know where I was going to go with that. That's funny. I already had it already. I already had this. Future generations, my man, 50 grand. Marathon delayed indefinitely. Exactly. I got a good one for you, Nene. That's funny that you brought that up. Because let's read this. I got some good stuff. You know, when they talked about buying WB, Raz and Spartan, Chat Pat, try not to laugh at this stuff. Okay? That's the wrong one. Let me get the right one. Let's see if this is here. I'm gonna show y'all how bad this is. Back in 2023, report claims Sony preparing a $500 million deal to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery Film and TV Music assets. This was in June 23rd of 2023, people. Then we got another one. Let's see. When was this one? No, same time. Yeah. This is how far back this stuff goes. It was to believe to have Purple Rain, Evita, Sweeney Todd, Rent, several Batman films, and many more titles, as well as songs included in films such as Time Goes By. You know, this is the type of stuff that I was talking about, Nene. Why are we still talking about PlayStation buying WB? When we've been hearing about PlayStation trying to buy WB for years. Would you think that if Sony wanted to buy WB, they would have already did it? It doesn't take this long to make stuff happen. If you want it, you make some negotiations, you put the money on the table, it's bought, it's yours. We've been talking about this regurgitated stuff for years. And what they do is they think you're not paying attention and they drop it again in hopes that they get it right. That's what they do with these stupid ass predictions. These fake insiders. They just, have you noticed that they'll just keep repeating themselves until something finally happens and it's, I told you. Bro, that's not how the hell it works. Look, man, it's easy, right? This is what they say. It's gonna rain on Wednesday. It's gonna rain on Wednesday. It's gonna rain on Wednesday. They'll keep saying it till it finally rains on Wednesday, and then they act like they said something. Come on, bro. Come on. I mean, that's the generation we're in right now. But it's funny, right? Because no matter what, they chose to go this route with PlayStation, people. They chose to go this right.
He went offline.
Oh, we lost Legal. He'll be back. Yeah, so basically it's all smoke and mirrors, because if we think about it here, Sony has not, they're still paying off Bungie first, right? If you think about that. And then if you look at the recent reports that they tried to acquire the rest of the Kadokawa group, which is, they're the ones who have they own From Software, who makes the Dark Souls series and Dark Souls related games. They couldn't even afford to buy them. And WB is, I believe, worth in the 20 billions, which is almost triple it's almost triple what Kadokawa is. So how in the heck are they going to be able to afford WB? Come on. That's just wishful thinking.
Sony's just got to put the nail in the coffin and move on with their TVs and their cellular phones and dishwashers and washing machines. They don't need to be.
They're going to rely on nostalgia. They're going to rely on their ports, their remasters, their PC ports. They're going to continue to hope that their fans keep buying those same games, and just be happy with the third party. Which, if you see, their players are playing the same 4 or 5 games. So I don't see how continuing the strategy is going to be effective for them if what they're doing now is not working. So to me, I feel like they're not going in the right direction at all, and they just feel like they see it's like the Titanic, right? They see the iceberg coming. They know the iceberg is there, but that they just keep going in that same direction. It just doesn't make sense to me. You would think they'd want to try to, and this is something that Sean Layden had actually mentioned too, is that the games are getting too big, the games are getting too expensive, the games are taking too long. So what's one way to solve that problem? You do smaller games, you do the AA games, you do more indie kind of titles, but like with your first party studios, take more creative risks, do different types of games. Do it, like, expand your catalog with a variety of games, because people nowadays, there's something for everyone, and everybody likes different types of games. Not everybody likes the single player, like, cinematic experiences. Some people like puzzle games. Other people like platforming games. Some people like top-down strategy games. You know, and what better way to appeal to your audience than to give them anything they want to play, right? And that's, I think, one of the biggest mistakes they're making right now, is they're relying too heavily on the same old stuff that they've always done, and relying on that third party support, which eventually, if Microsoft continues to deliver on what they're doing, and they give people more access to their games in different places, anywhere they want, and with cross save, cross progression, you know, it's going to get to the point where people are going to wonder, why am I even playing on PlayStation? Like, what's the point? Looks like
That's
Legal's
facts,
back.
man. No, yeah, no. Yeah, I'm having
I
a
was just touching on, like, how can Sony even afford WB if they
I can
can't even
hear you.
afford Katakawa? Oh, okay.
Right. Exactly. But the thing is, man, what I was saying was, they literally wrote this article. Did y'all hear me when I was saying that? Or no? Did I go out then? Because I
Yeah,
could.
that's right. That's right around when you went out.
Okay, so they got Paul Tassi, right? In his 5th year, you can't make this stuff up. I've been saying they were all gonna fail you, right? Been saying it. Been saying it since the beginning. I said this 8 months prior to this damn console generation. 8 months. You can't make this stuff up. 8 months. That's when I said this. I said it's like in February of 2020. Well, 7 months, whenever it was. But it was close to it. And I knew this was going to be a gimmick console generation with PlayStation 5. I knew it. And I was been waiting for them to tell this crowd the truth. I've been waiting, but they chose to do this. Everybody, because you remember when they were making excuses for PlayStation for not having games? Back then they were talking about, oh, they always had great games. They always had great games. So when they don't have a spectacular lineup, it's okay. It's okay. It's PlayStation. Y'all don't remember when they were making those excuses for them? So now look at you. You got all those studios that closed down that I read off. Now look at you. 5 years in, now they're finally admitting that there's a problem with the exclusive content. There's a problem with Sony's first party games. Now you decide to write that article because now you know you have nowhere else to go. That's why. You have nowhere to go now. So now it's time to just blatantly write it out because they don't have no games. There's just no brag in the bag. It's all dead. PlayStation fans just want some brag in the bag. That's it. If they find out a game isn't going to be just on PlayStation only, they could care less about that game. They can literally care less about that game. But let them find out that a game is going to be an exclusive. They'll run out there and lose their mind. They'll try to make it seem like this game is the best thing since the Lord's Supper. And they still won't buy it, but they'll try to make it seem like it is. They'll try to make it seem like you're losing out. And so now, after 5 years, you're admitting that it's lackluster on third party. Bro, it's been lackluster since the day it came out. It's one of the ugliest consoles ever made on God's green earth. The damn thing had... See, this is what's hilarious, y'all. Mr. Bushido, Talos Reed, you've been sitting on DIRREC Gaming for a while, brother. Am I lying? Talos Reed, Mr. Bushido, they had 7 variants of the PlayStation 5. You can't make this stuff up, people. They started out with 2, discless. Then it went to 4, fans. Then it went to 5 and 6, overheating. Then they got the 7. One of them was the new Slim, new design. That's 7. Mr. Bushido, when have you been alive on this earth, fam, where you was told to take a damn screwdriver and literally do maintenance work on a console? Talos, when have you ever was told to do this? When has anybody ever been told to get a screwdriver and start breaking apart your damn console, bro? Because you got to do maintenance. Rain G4, bro, I know you, famo. This was whack. I'm not even, you know, it's funny, but I'm being dead serious. I need some help here. Because was it just me? Or, I mean, the console has 7 variants, G4. When have you ever seen a console go through 7 variants of itself? In one generation, and it hadn't even reached the 5th year. Y'all talk to me, man. Because I told these idiots this was going to happen. Stop worrying about Xbox. Every damn day, bro, Xbox. I said, bro, Xbox is going to be here. You're not going to get rid of Xbox. 30 Below, I was telling them this. Bro, stop. Get Xbox out y'all's damn mouths and start talking to Sony about why the hell you ain't got no games. Why the hell you ain't got no pipeline. 30 Below, we were saying this over here on Direct Gaming. We saw the future. We saw that light at the end of that tunnel, bro, and it wasn't Jesus Christ. There was nothing heavenly about it. There was nothing spiritual about that light at the end of the tunnel, bro. That was just reality. They got to that light and they realized, damn, man, there's no games over here. They're not buying them. If it wasn't for Hiroki, Mr. Hiroki Totoki, you would have thought PlayStation fans were just buying these games. Mr. Hiroki Totoki told everybody what the problem was. When he became the overseer, he went to the studios. He went to go pay them a visit. He found out they wasn't even there. He looked for their scheduling. They ain't have nothing marked on the scheduling. Okay, ding, ding, ding. A light bulb should be going off on you donkeys' heads. That means if there's no devs in the studio, that means there's no games being worked on. Ding, ding, ding. Bro, what are we doing out here? Resident Gamer, Spartan 117, Chat Pat, what are we doing out here? The man told you. The man told you. And then they go over here, right, to Naughty Dog with their conceited asses. Like, they think anything they make is just gold. And they lack creativity. You know why? Because they ain't walking around with a little lesbian girl on a horsey with a damn bow and arrow in bushes, hiding in bushes. They can't come up with the next kissing scene for. So they're not creative. They don't know what to do. They're doing everything they can to stay away from a live service game. They flipped Jim Ryan off. Big B Money, what's good? They flipped my man off. He came in there and told him, Mr. Bushido wildin', bro. You wildin', famo. I need your help, famo. Y'all wildin', famo. And them damn Pacers won tonight, damn it. Now I gotta wait till Sunday. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, right now I'm being serious. I'm talking to y'all. I'm cooking. Because it took them 5 years. Remember, it took them, what, 3.5 years to admit that the PlayStation wasn't a real RDNA 2.0. Rez, Spartan, Chat, you can't make this shit up. And all we trying to do is tell the damn donkeys to wake up. They're too busy constantly talking about Xbox, and Xbox just shining. Keep talking about, y'all are doing more marketing effects for Xbox than we are. The damn fans can't even do it better than y'all because every damn day y'all got Xbox in y'all's mouth. Every damn day. So good job to the haters. But I mean, but you're neglecting your platform at the same time. Y'all too dumb to realize that. 3 years, 3.5 years to 3 years, they tell y'all the truth. They finally tell y'all the truth. But when legal was telling y'all the truth, man, you're just hating. You're just hating. You're just hating. What the fuck do I need to hate on PlayStation for? There's nothing to hate because there's nothing there. I don't care about no damn PlayStation. Listen, I don't own one. I live when I say PlayStation is dog shit. I'm not one of these centaurs. I'm not one of these whack ass centaurs that feel like they need to belong somewhere. I'm not one of them. Shout out to my man Jago6. I'm not one of them. When I said PlayStation was dog shit, I meant it. I didn't come out here pretending it. I don't have a PlayStation in my closet. Or when I get off this show, I secretly turn on my PlayStation and play some PlayStation games and then get around y'all and be like, yeah, PlayStation sucks because I want to fit in. Nah. This stuff right here was music in the making. You guys thought that we was bullshitting around. But now you found out. You effed around and found out. Now look at y'all. It's Microsoft put themselves on cruise 2 miles per hour, Fresh Prince summertime shit. They don't have a fear of concern about what PlayStation's doing. You heard what they said. What did they say, man? We're over here working with AMD. We're working on getting Windows 10 against Steam. Microsoft said that. We're over here now to compete with Steam in the storefronts. This is a storefront war. They ain't even thinking about no console sale. And you know what? It's too funny because what they're doing, what Valve and Microsoft are doing is so real that now Sony doesn't even want to attach console sales with PlayStation anymore because it looks like Sony's in a damn first grade playground when they do some shit like that. You're talking about these big ass, mature ass companies, and you got PlayStation trying to fit in talking about some damn console sales. It's to the fact where PlayStation don't even want to talk about that shit because it's not a metric to success anymore. Now they want to talk about engagement. Now they want to mature up on y'all. And some of you dumbass donkeys still don't want to accept that shit. But notice how Sony ain't giving you no sale reports. Now you're going to have to just be wondering what's going on. You got to wonder. But Microsoft is making all the right moves, and they're in the right direction because they told everybody what their future is going to look like. It's going to supersede that handheld. Nobody knew this, but I'm going to go on the record, y'all, because I'm cooking tonight. Rez, Spartan, y'all got something to do. I love y'all, but Legal's going to cook tonight. I don't have nothing to do. Microsoft, who would have known, y'all, that Microsoft would defeat PlayStation with a handheld? Jago6, Microsoft just whooped PlayStation's ass with a handheld. And how do we know this? Because look at the media. Look what happened to the media when it happened. When those handhelds, which are considered consoles, I told you this as well when we did the future show. And everybody asked me about the future and what I thought about it. I said, this could be one of the most highest sellingest hardware records for Xbox in its lifetime. And the question was, why you say that? I said, because now handhelds are in the scene. You realize that goes as a console sale. That goes as a console sale. And as mobility is being brought to the screen, Xbox using its powers that no other brand has, right? It has that cloud power that is just undefeated. Nintendo don't have one like Xbox says. PlayStation damn sure don't have one like PlayStation's cloud is used for streaming. That's what it's used for. That's why your damn portal has went through so many damn update changes. And you got Sony making up a new report talking about it's getting better in time. That's PlayStation for you. Microsoft makes some shit and it's ready right now. There ain't no it's ready with time. Those handhelds, when they come out to the market, they're done. They are what they say they are. It's not no made up gimmick shit to get you to buy something that's prehistoric and then they realize, they're not gonna buy it. We're gonna have to send some updates to it. It's the same thing they did with the PlayStation 4 when they got up in CES or whatever. I don't even know if it was CES at the time. It was their damn showcase. That's right. It was their I don't think it was PSX at the time. I might be wrong, but it was Sony's conference. That's what it was. And I'm sorry, it wasn't PSX. It was their conference when they did that. And in their own damn conference, Jago, they lied to the world about what feature? The HDR feature. And of course the 8K, that 8K bullshit. But we already knew that was bullshit. Nobody believed that. But the HDR feature was a lie. And you want to know who called that out? I did. Because you're listening to the guy who brought HDR to the gaming community on Facebook. And I got witnesses. There was nobody talking about HDR until I did during the Facebook wars. And they laughed at me when I told them HDR goes further than 4K TVs. This is when you only had a 4K TV. And I said, I'm going to buy one. And I remember this article that came out during this time. It was probably around 2015 that said Microsoft see how Microsoft always sees the future. It said Microsoft is invested in HDR TVs. Everybody was like, there they go. They're going to screw up. I said, how? Did you even read about what HDR is? Do you even know what HDR is? The calibration for the color gamut with HDR can be way brighter than your damn 4K TV. And what you want to know what the donkeys thought? I'm going to tell y'all what the donkeys thought. They thought resolution meant HDR. That's what they thought. They thought that the resolution would equal out with HDR. How wrongly were they? And they learned, damn, you can put HDR on a 1080p TV. You can't put 4K in a 1080p TV. That's the difference. You could put HDR on a little mobile screen. You could put OLED on that screen and put HDR on that mobile screen. You can't do that shit with resolution. Resolution will only go as far as that screen. If you have a 27-inch screen, you do not have 4K on it. Even the PC community lied to their fan base, talking about some damn 32-inch 4K monitors. You can't put 4K on a small ass screen. The pixels can't hold it. It's got to be wider than that. The screen's got to be at least 55 inches and above for 4K. You got to know your shit. The media and things and companies will lie to you just to get you to buy their shit. And this is exactly why the PC community is quiet these days. Because when you started getting some educated people that looked up that little fake ass community, talking about master race, that ain't no master race. That's a weak ass race. They 1080p 60 frames, bro. 96% of them. There's only 4% that's 4K. That's why you don't hear them no more. Because all you got to do is say, show your shit. They stopped. When you started demanding to show the equipment, they stopped. You don't see them on social media like we did. Think about it, y'all. That's gone. That's eradicated. You don't hear nothing about it no more. Most of these cats don't, like somebody said today, Spartan. They don't have $3,000 rigs to come out here and start talking shit to people. Because those are the ones that can talk shit. Y'all remember what Realist said? Realist has one. He's like, if you ain't got $3,000, I don't even listen to you. If you ain't putting that much money into your game PC, I don't even listen to you. Because anything cheaper is just gonna get you around the edges. I don't want to hear you talk to me about no 1440p. We sat there and saw Alana Pierce, bro, with her $3,000 plus PC. And it was nice looking. I came on the show and talked about it. I watched it. I can't remember who built it for, but it was one of the NVIDIA. I think it was NVIDIA, yeah. She did a little, you can go on YouTube and look it up. I'm not dissing her computer. I actually liked her computer. It was dope, bro. She put that bitch on the wall. That shit was dope. The colors were gray and purple. That shit was dope. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was built nicely. They show you how it was built. But guess what? Guess what made me laugh, though? Guess what she was playing because she wanted that controversy? She was playing Redfall out of all the damn games at that time. She wanted to play Redfall, and guess what? She was playing it at 100 frames per second at 1440p. I turned that shit off. You spent $3,000 to play Redfall at 100 frames per second and 1440p. Let me turn this shit off. You see what I'm talking about, y'all? And that's Alana Pierce. So I knew, oh shit, man. If they built that badass PC for her looking like that, and that's what she's getting out of it, hell nah. I'ma stay. That didn't persuade me to go to PC. That persuaded me to keep my black ass right here. Facts. Facts, gamers over everything. Facts, famo. It's Xbox over everything. That's what's up. What's up, family? What's up, fam? It is. Because listen, they didn't give Xbox credit. I was trying, bro. When Black Myth, Wukong, and listen, don't listen to nobody. Go out there and buy that damn game, bro. Business is business. Don't take that shit out on Xbox. We know what happened. Yeah, you know, if it was my way, I would have just said, put that bitch in Game Pass. Yeah, if it was my way. I get it. I do understand that. But it's not, okay? It's from the Chinese. And let me keep it 1,000 with y'all. If I was them, I wouldn't have put the bitch in Game Pass either. You know why? Because that bitch sold over 20 million copies. I ain't putting it nowhere. See, they can talk like Epic right now with that game. Understand? Let them walk around with a bot, man. Let them stick their chest out for a minute. Because how many games come out of China make an impact like that in the Western world? Well, yeah, it made an impact in the Western world, but look how they took care of their game. And notice that's Tencent. But notice how they took care of their game. They sent the red flag out to everybody, and they let you know that we are the race of the almost 2 billion people on this earth. That's us, nigga. I'm him. That's what they were saying. I'm him. We don't need none of you. We don't need none of y'all to be successful to our video games. Us alone can do it. That's what they basically showed us. They proved to the whole world that they alone can take care of any game that comes out. So they don't care about your Metacritic. They don't care about no damn Metacritic. Look, it did hurt them. It did hurt them at the Game Awards. I would have been pissed off too. They were more pissed than anything because Jeff Keighley showed a lack of respect. His dumb ass. And it was shameful, wasn't it? It was shameful to watch that shit. As a real gamer, you couldn't respect that bitch ass show last year. Astrobot winning Game of the Year. Nobody was playing that dog shit. Come on, y'all. Game Awards is a pure ass donkey-fied show, bro. It's donkey-fied. And this damn game is over 20 million physical copies. We ain't talking about digital. We're talking physical. Straight off the PC. It was 20 million strong off a PC, bro. That's crazy. It was only like 4 to 5 million off of PlayStation. Of course, we knew that shit. We knew PlayStation wasn't gonna carry that damn game, bro. You fucking crazy? You know how tough that game is? Them bitches stopped playing that shit. They bought the game and they stopped playing it within 2 months. They couldn't wait to get something easy like Astrobot. And this is facts. Games over everything. This is facts. Both games came out in the same year. I didn't see PlayStation fans promoting Black Myth Wukong because they didn't want to show just how many times they died. But can't nobody talk that shit to me. My gameplay is on my channel. Off of GeForce Now, off my Xbox. Facts. And I proved that shit to everybody. Why come these so-called Xbox influencers, so-called Xbox media personnel didn't do what I did? Because they don't give a fuck about Xbox like that. We love Xbox. We're fans. We're fanatics. We're going to figure out a way. I was going to figure out some kind of way to play this game on my Xbox. I knew what I had. I know the features on my Xbox. I said, wait a minute. I got a Microsoft browser. Shit, you know what? Damn, I never wanted to, but let me, this bitch on GeForce Now? I knew GeForce Now was on Xbox. Well, shit, let me type that in, right? I said, let me type this in. I start typing it in, and I looked up. I learned a lot of shit, y'all. Get to know your fucking Xbox, man. Not like donkeys, not on that weirdo shit where they unplug it and go to bed with it at night. I'm talking about get to know it, man. Understand its features and stuff. Because that Xbox is a bad mode. Watch your mouth. That bad boy's bad. I learned a lot of things. I learned that Steam is all by itself out here when it comes to partnerships. It's all by itself. I learned that because Epic, Game Pass, GeForce Now, and Ubisoft are all connected to your fucking Xbox. And that's for anybody that didn't know that. All of those are connected. You want to know what's not? Steam. I found that out. But I was going to get it off of GeForce Now. I really was, y'all. But this is what stopped me. I said, damn it. I just want to be secure. Let me go ahead and open up a Steam account because it's the largest platform. And let me get my Wukong off of that. And then I learned that once I bought it off of Steam, I can play it off of GeForce Now. Because GeForce Now unlocks games off the storefront from Steam too. So I would just go to Steam, unlock it, transfer it over to GeForce Now, and I played it through my Xbox off my damn browser. Off my browser, bro. That's right, Jago. That bitch ain't never. Let me tell you something about PlayStation. Let's just keep it 1,000, okay? This ain't no hating ass show, but I can't stand these. You know what, man? What cracks me about PlayStation fans? They swear being outdated is the best thing ever on earth. That's what they swear by. Notice how dumb that looks. You're outdated, and you out here trying to tell people that's got a better quality product than you that we're the ones looking stupid and y'all the ones feeling great. Bitch, you don't even have a web browser. Your console just changed from www, the World Wide Web. Resident Gamer and Spark117 in chat pack, you can't make this shit up. You want to know how old www is? That was back in 1995, 1996, bro. And they were still using that weak ass platform, that weak ass internet platform right there. That's like, that would be like that. Let me break this down to y'all. That would be like comparing what is it? Internet? What was it? What was that shit called back in the day? The Windows. What was that shit called? Y'all help me out. Because I just forgot it. But y'all know what I'm talking about.
Linux?
No. The damn Internet Explorer. There it is.
We had
Internet Explorer, Sam.
Explorer.
Yeah.
We had those CDs that we had to put in, and then
there you go. Boot up, all that. Internet Explorer. That's how Spartan. I bullshit you not, family. You know what I'm saying? West Side Sammy, I bullshit you not. That's what they've been having this whole time. Something equivalent to how old that is. The World Wide Web. When you shit, it's on the PlayStation 4. Hook it up. You go scroll through the whack ass menu with that little music in the background, fucking get you all emotional and shit, and it'll be right there. And it's like, you're like, damn, bro. PlayStation is outdated. It's an outdated ass console. It always has been. There's nothing wrong with being a PlayStation fan. It just means when it comes to competitive games and shit, you're trash at it. That's all it is. That's what that means. You rather play some single player ass, experience ass walkthrough games. That's it. That's cool. I'm not dogging it. That's what you want to do. Fine. But don't bring your ass out here on some Xbox streets and try to make you feel like and try to be equal like you doing some damage. That's what got KJN's ass in trouble. We got him live and direct. I'm a trophy hunter. Bitch, sit your stupid ass down somewhere. Trying to have like trophy hunting is hard to do. Stupid bitch. That's easy. And you probably do just like every other one do. Go on YouTube and find out how to get that trophy and shit. And then get that trophy and then try to flex later on. That's why we don't ever see your gameplay, ho. Real trophy hunters will show their gameplay. That's why you have no business out here around us. You get your face mopped in this competitive ring. You ain't gonna step in no ring of gaming. There's levels to this shit. And you got a donkey fight trophy hunter out here with the biggest mouth. You have another one like JW. He ain't rolling on no damn dubs. That motherfucker done rolled all his tires off being stupid for y'all. He don't even play no games. We can prove it. He's just comedy purpose. You don't even have real people. You got Pebbles out here. I give Pebbles a little credit. At least he put some kind of work in, but he's half-ass. He ain't nothing to be. He ain't never ran no game either. Who do y'all have out here? Who do y'all have? That's why y'all scared to get on that Gears of War, because you know you get your ass busted on Gears of War. You get curve stomped. Y'all bowed out quickly. Had generic Eric already bowing out. He knew the pressure was on him. He came out and made a post and just assassinated himself with it. I'm taking crossplay. He was showing you how weak he is. I'm taking the crossplay. I'm just gonna play the campaign. Y'all ain't gonna mess up my
He
trophy.
thought he was doing something.
Yeah, he was just blowing him on himself away. You didn't have to do nothing. And that's the fan base y'all got. Don't look at us. That's the fan base y'all got. That's who you parade under, clowns like that. While I got Mr. Bashudu, I got Magnum 4, I got these kind of guys putting out gaming clips, not scared to show you they playing. All the time. I got my man Resident Gamer up here. Every time I ask him, bro, he's on another damn game. I'm like, God dang, bro. The boy put over 2,000 hours last year. Look, I was a 1%er
this year.
I was a 1%er, right? You was a 1%er. I worked my ass off last year, bro. I had I had 700 hours. I didn't know what it was. 700 hours, man.
You know what it is,
You
fam?
showed
I
me
work
your
hard
shit.
and I play hard.
You sold me your shit. You said, Legal, look. I looked at Resident Gamer's damn hours, bro. This fool done put over 2,000. I said, God dang. And I know he works. So people like residents don't want to hear that you work. See, that narrative don't work with him. Well, I got a job. Well, this bitch nigga got a job too. Shit. He got a family too. And he's putting in hours. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, gaming ain't for everybody. Like, I don't want to hear, oh, I got a job. Well, motherfucker, we know you got a job because you on Twitter X. We know your ass ain't living under no bridge. We know you got something. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't ask you if you had a job. That ain't none of our business. That ain't none of us. We don't concern ourselves with thoughts like that. That's donkey business.
Just the cop out. Yep.
Yeah, I don't care about if you have a job or not. All I care about is you gaming. What are you gaming, man? And tell me about it. Tell me about. I don't even care if you tell me, man, it ain't coming to Xbox. You laugh at me. I'm used to that type shit. I'm used to the war. Y'all ain't. When we start busting y'all asses over on Twitter X, y'all start doxing. Y'all get personal because you ain't used to it. You're not built like this. You're not built like this. You have no business trying to pretend that you are. That's why KG ain't got the block in my boy Marius. He can't hang out here. He just wants to front. He's fronting. But when that temperature gets too hot, he goes to blocking. And then he goes to unblocking. And then he goes to blocking. Man, the fuck off of Twitter, man. That's weak shit. The Jedi Comet Dust Clan. Y'all are all trash and weak. Y'all on y'all's 80th fake account. Y'all already defeated. You're not built for this shit. Nobody's gonna sit on Twitter all day and go back and forth with you dumbass men, bro. Go find a date or something. Get off of Twitter. Go visit your mommies. Go visit an auntie. Get around some women. Go visit your sister. Do something. But damn it, you ain't that special for us to be on Twitter X all day with you idiots. Go play some games. Do something for once. That's right, famo. We will. We will, Jago. We're gonna get back on it, bro. I told you, let me get past some of this gaming, and we're gonna get back to having some fun, bro. And we're gonna do something during this summer, famo, because we be having fun. We gotta get Crazy Lou involved too, bro. We're gonna get the whole crew up in there again and just run and have some fun on that.
We should do some horde
I'm
mode.
gonna try.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try Jago 6. I missed my first opportunity, y'all, and I'm so mad about it because I actually had some devs to reach out to me that wanted to play it out of the Halo community, bro. And I'm pissed, bro. I don't know how the hell I didn't see the invite. I don't know, bro. But I just happen to, I have a friend, and I happened to see my text, and I was like, damn, bro. So I hit them back up, and I was like, damn. But they busy now. But when it ever happens again, bro, hopefully I can get that locked in and invite some of y'all, man, because they know how we love to play that Halo Firefly. They know that, and it's fun for them to see that type of stuff. They like to see that. So hopefully we can get a chance to do that, man, and I can bring y'all in and let's have some fun. We'll record it and everything, man. You know how we do over here. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Rez let me cook, Spartan let me cook tonight. I was just I need to put some spices in shit because I wanted to be real with y'all, man. That's the problem. This is why now they have to admit it. So basically, it's over. It only took 5 years. Look at my prophecy. It came true. Look, games trainers. Did I not tell you? You're wasting your time, bro. All wheels fall off in the 5th year. You asked me, how did I know? Well, how do you know, Legal? What do you mean, how do I know? Did you not live during the PlayStation 3 era? It took it 5 years. It fell apart in 5 years. I said, that's how I know. I'm going off of that because the PlayStation 5 wasn't nothing but the PlayStation 3 all over again. All over again. And now look at it. Now they writing out the report. What happened to his first party games? The PlayStation fans are highly disappointed. Wait a minute, but if you go on Twitter X and you look at them donkeys, they're praising it. But what did I tell you? They don't reflect the true community of PlayStation. Did I not tell y'all that? So every dummy that you see up there parading for PlayStation, they giving you a false report. The real report is them real PlayStation fans ain't happy about PlayStation. So what do you think is going to happen? See, because we saw this in PlayStation 3 era. You know what I'm about to get them with, Raz. You know what I'm finna get them with, Spartan chat. I'm finna bust their ass with this. So what do y'all think is going to happen? They're going to abandon PlayStation. I ain't talking about the Sony only fan. I ain't talking about the Sony fan. And I ain't talking about the zealot. They gonna stay. I'm talking about the independent PlayStation fan who don't know why the hell he bought one. He just bought one because somebody told him to buy one. He don't know no more than that. Press that power button to get it to cut on, and I got this game. That's it. He's gonna abandon, or she's gonna abandon that PlayStation, and they're gonna bring their asses right over to Xbox. You know why? Because guess what Xbox is doing that PlayStation ain't doing? Here it goes, everybody, offering games. How do we know this? Because the articles just now admitted to the shit. See, we have to wait on the articles. Most of y'all wait on them articles. Over here on DIRREC Gaming, we don't wait on shit. I told you, bro, we say this shit. We do this shit over here. We the best at it. We the best at it. We don't play games with y'all. We don't sit around here and make up fake ass news and fake ass rumors and shit like that. This all comes from just being experienced gamers. You got people out here writing articles about Xbox and only got 11,000 gamer score points. That's the problem. I learned a long time ago, stop taking that Xbox community serious online because that ain't where the fucking Xbox fans are. The real ones are on their Xbox, playing online. They ain't on social media. They're not there. Because the real Xbox community ain't gonna have no fakers around it. It ain't gonna have fakers around it, bro. It ain't. So there you have it. You're gonna have to accept PlayStation for what it is. Nah, your damn console ain't coming out in 2027. The next PlayStation ain't coming out no 2027. Who you kidding? Wolverine ain't even out yet. And you talking about the next console coming out. Bitch, Wolverine ain't even out yet. That next console ain't coming out 2028, 2029. Mark my words. Because I told y'all back then that Wolverine ain't coming out to no probably 2027. I told y'all that shit. It's too
I heard what
easy.
they said during the meeting too, right? That it's on the top of their minds, meaning like it's still a ways off. Like they're
Samo. And then you saw donkeys run with that, talking about, yeah, you see, I like the way Sony keeps placing. I'm like, you listen, man, this is how dumb it is. What do you think they were gonna say? There's another generation coming. Why wouldn't the PlayStation 6 not be on the top of their list? Rez, what else is on the top of the list? What else they gonna do? It ain't games. It ain't video games. You know how we know that? Because they out here trying to sell tickets to take you to a musical.
they're gonna sell them Spider-Man remaster.
That's what I was just. There you go. That's what I was just gonna say. They about ready to give them another damn remaster. That's what they about to do. Because what does he say? What Shua told him? Y'all gonna have to go out here and buy these remasters.
They got to buy the remaster.
That's it. You want to get to them new dump AAA games now? You got to put that in there because what did Hiroki Totoki tell us? We're going to have to put out these old ass games to get what? Returns. What's returns? Profit. For all y'all that don't know business language. So you mean to tell me God of War didn't turn a profit? Exactly. You're telling me that Uncharted didn't turn a profit? Exactly. Horizon Forbidden West didn't turn profit legal? Exactly. Because you know why, dummy? Why? Well, go sit your ass over there because I think you shit in your pants. Get over there for a minute. I'm going to tell you why. Because when y'all was over there trying to front on everybody in the gaming community about how many games were being sold, and we were telling you the truth, y'all didn't start buying that game. You know, when I'm talking right here, I can hear 100 years back talking about the bargain bins, the bargain bins. I can hear 100 in my head right now. When many people was making up all kind of terms for what was really going on, like the bargain bin. That's when y'all bought those games. You bought those games when they were $29.99, when they were
Bundled.
$19.99, or bundled, or when they were $99.90, when they were $9.99. That's when y'all bought the game. And then y'all looked at us and said, yeah, I bought it on sale. I said, that's exactly why they're making no money off the shit, retard. Did you make money off the full price? That full price is a full price for a reason, because off the top, they're making like maybe $10 profit. That's why they make the game $70, because they know the game really costs like 40, 50. They got to give a 10 to the retail. They got to easily, so they making it to where they at least get 10 off that shit. But if that game ain't being bought and they got to sell it, put it on sale, how they going to make a profit? How do you make a profit on something when you sell it under your profit margin? Dummy. And that's what happened to y'all, because y'all thought it was cool to get all them damn games. You might as well just have become a PC gamer. Y'all had a PC gamer mentality in the console space. And here comes another fact. That's why Ubisoft never played the beat of their drums to y'all's ignorance. Ubisoft said, hell nah, we fuck with Xbox and we ain't gonna play this game where our games look better over on the play. We're gonna make our game and it's gonna look the same on PlayStation as on Xbox. And they said, well, why are you gonna do that? He said, because Microsoft fans buy our fucking games. We make what, a quarter profit off that shit. We make profit off the Xbox fan base. We don't make no damn profit off that donkey ass shit. That's coming from them back in the day. And that's why they did. That's why. And then the donkeys got some nerve. You got the audacity to bitch about why your game is 900p. Like Ubisoft don't know the answer to that shit. Y'all dummies don't buy video games, man. Y'all never did. Y'all never did. And Sony bred y'all. They would put up those numbers. Yeah. God of War Ragnarok. 13 million. Spider-Man, 20-some million. And they making us think like, yeah, they really bought that game full price, right?
You know, they forget too that there's still around. Bushido just brought it up, but there's still around 30 to 40% of them are still on PS4, Famo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
what does that say about PS5?
There you go. Because they failed, they flunked it out the gate. When Jim Ryan was trying to make it something that it wasn't, it didn't take but 4 weeks before they had to give up on what? We don't believe in generations. That only lasted for 4 weeks. After that first month of release, when December came, that motherfucker said, yeah, well, you know what? We're gonna some of these games are gonna be crossplay. We don't look lying. We don't know which ones.
So many things he said, he took a pie to the face.
He did, yeah, exactly, bro. We don't know which ones, but some of them gonna bitch. God of War. You know what's sad? Let me cook, right? Let me cook. Here's what's sad. I remember when we all got together on Di-RRec Gaming for this generation. And we had already set up plans. Everybody had their plan. Everybody had their motive on what they were going to talk about, right? But I started a little bit early, so I was trying to be fair when the consoles came out, and I let the panel do their thing. So when it got to me, Mr. Bushido, this is what I said, Chat Pat. They said, "Well, what game are you looking at that's going to let you know about the PlayStation 5?" I said, "I don't give a damn about none of them games except for God of War Ragnarok." They asked me why. I said, here's why. Because God of War is equivalent to Gears of War for Xbox. They said, what you mean, legal? I said, Gears of War is the game that is created on Xbox to do one damn thing. And that's to show the power, the ultimate power of Xbox at its fullest spectrum, from its frame rate to visuals and everything in between. You only get that high quality service in Gears of War, unlike anything. And Gears of War has always been like that for Xbox. God of War is the same way for PlayStation. And this is what I said, y'all, back then. It's all on DIRREC Gaming. It's all on the shows. I ain't got to lie. Back then, I said, I want Hellblade 2 up against God of War. I didn't get my wish because Sony knew God of War ain't got shit on Hellblade 2. I said, I'll take that 5-hour game and put it up against God of War any day. And Senua's going to beat his ass. I mean, Senua, I'm sorry. Senua's going to beat his ass. And guess what? It didn't even have to happen because we get confirmation that God of War was going to be crossplay. And I remember telling realists, it's over now. It's over. That's it. If God of War, their top, if God of War, the game that's supposed to be the most visual and high performance quality game to showcase that PlayStation 5, can't be a PlayStation 5. Watch where I'm going to go with this. Can't be a PlayStation 5 exclusive to showcase that. It's over for PlayStation 5. If God of War ain't going to be the game, then what game is? And the answer is nothing. Spider-Man 2 came out. Look at that shit. I was laughing when they talked about Spider-Man 2, I said, so what? That bitch is PlayStation 4. Every game after God of War Ragnarok is nothing. It's nothing. Who cares? And sure enough, Sony didn't want to show you. They let you go 2 years without a trailer. And then when they put that trailer out, it was dog shit. It was as mid as a fucking middle finger could be on a hand. That shit was mid. That shit was funny as hell. And that was your last hurrah. You have nothing after that. Like me and Games Traders was telling y'all, you got nothing after Spider-Man. We're not worrying about Wolverine because we're going to play that shit. I told you. Wolverine's coming to Xbox. Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox. Did I lie, Bushido? Did I lie, Chat Pat? Have I ever lied? I questioned Yobi on the last show. Yobi, find my lies. I know who the greatest, Mr. Kima. Find my lies if I'm lying out here. Find my lies. Find them. Go show me where I lied. They can't.
Shout out to Gamer Over Everything for joining us, Famo. We
Yes, sir,
appreciate you.
Famo. Yes, sir. They don't like shows like this. They don't want to hear that shit. They rather go listen to a YouTuber that don't play video games and just talk a bunch of shit. See, because there's this old wise saying, birds of the same feather flock together. That's it. Motorcycle riders hang with motorcycle riders. Hot wheel racers or Hot Wheel engine cars, high performance cars, hang with high performance Hot Wheel cars. Luxury car people hang with luxury car people. You don't see nobody running around in a fucking Camry around Lamborghinis and Corvettes and shit and Bugattis and shit. You don't see that. Swimmers hang with swimmers. Bicyclists hang with bicyclists. Look at it. Runners hang with runners. Basketball players hang with basketball players. Football players hang with football players. This shit ain't hard. It's an old wise tale. Gamers hang around gamers and talkers hang around talkers. That's it. You ain't gotta wonder shit. because none of them could tell you what I told y'all. And I'm talking to the donkeys. I ain't got to sit on my damn YouTube channel and give two shits about it to where I'm going to fake my sub count. Man, I don't give a fuck about this shit. I'm just here to keep that wrench in the matrix. I'm just here to be a fucking irritant. I love it. I ain't here to be goofy and corny. I ain't fat and fuck. I ain't no fat fuck that walks around looking stupid as hell. Want to talk shit to people in real time, get your ass knocked out. That ain't me. That ain't me, bro. I done lived in some places motherfuckers wouldn't even dare walk. I done walked on more streets that you niggas done drove on. That's facts. That's facts. I done lived off the United States of America. That's facts. I done played video games in foreign situations. That's facts. I've hosted video game tournaments in my neighborhood. That's facts. I came out of the arcade dungeons. That's facts. I'm from the high score era, not the gamer score era. That's facts. I watch my son and I adapt to my son's way of playing. He likes Grand Theft Auto games. He likes Assassin's Creed Auto games. He gets bored when he ain't got a motherfucker here play Mafia 3. Oh shit, I like it. Yeah, because it's got that Grand Theft Auto style, don't it, son? You like that shit, huh? You gotta direct them. Just like I was directed when I was young. When I would go to the malls with people older than me, making sure I get back home on time, making sure we was safe. Walked us a couple of blocks down to the laundromat. Let us put our quarters in, and when we didn't ran it, walk our asses. Gotta do the same thing. But these idiots that just talk, they don't do that shit. So there's no wonder when we were playing video games, the industry was healthy. Mr. Bushido, Residents, Spartan, Chat Pack, those of our age group, when we were youngsters, the gaming industry was thriving. What the hell is wrong with this era? We get reports that the industry is sick, unhealthy. Motherfuckers don't even buy video games. What the hell wrong with y'all? Hell, that's why we don't want to pass the baton to y'all. What the hell are y'all doing for the culture of gaming? Y'all letting the shit crumble. Facts. I never thought in my life I'd hear some shit that the video game industry is unhealthy. All these studios closing down and shit. Video game. Sony's scared to put Marathon out. It's scared. It's a damn shame that devs they shaking in they draws, bro. Like, damn, we put this game out, we ain't working no more. We need to delay this bitch. I blame Sony fans. That's who I blame. Oh, there goes legal again. Nah, bitch, I blame y'all. Because it ain't me. I don't have a PlayStation. I blame the centaurs that got a PlayStation just to have a PlayStation. Just so you can attract donkeys to your channel.
You want to talk about Xbox players not buying games?
Facts.
They're worse.
Facts. You want to talk about us being bots, but the game that went and got is a robot on your platform. We ain't got no robot for no fucking game on our platform. But y'all got the irony to use the word bots. Look. Talos Reed is right. Sony is now #1 in closing studios. That's fact, Mr. Bushido. You wild. But this is facts.
Talos with the jokes.
But that's facts. That ain't the fun. The
It
crazy
is.
part
It's
about
funny
this
though.
is facts. Yeah, it's facts. They're #1. They're number one in closing down studios. These are facts. This is what I'm talking about, bro. They act like this shit is hard. This ain't hard, bro. We see what's going on. This ain't hard. We told you that Xbox is going to rearrange the landscape because nobody wanted to play cards. Microsoft been trying to get these dummies to do crossplay. They've been trying to do this shit since 2016. Like Realist said, y'all saw how Epic was talking to Sony in the reports. Sony gonna try to come around and flex. Epic said, bitch, we got this is fun. This is sad. Ain't this sad? This is Sony at its finest. Coming around acting like it's hard, right? And Epic said, bitch, we got Fortnite. We don't need you. Notice what I said. One game. Epic told them one game. Here's Sony done been out since 1996. And Epic said, bitch, we got Fortnite. We don't listen to you. You gonna listen to us. But you know what? We gonna let you play. We gonna play it off and let it look like you motherfuckers is controlling shit. But what did they say in that report? But at the end of the day, bitch, you gonna be cross-play enabled. You gonna be on cross-play. And then Activision Call of Duty follow right behind them. Nobody is scared of Sony and PlayStation, man. Who the fuck y'all kidding? That's why Phil Spencer got on stage, got on the air and said, Nintendo and Sony is not our competition. They are not our competition. As a matter of fact, they are customers. They are fucking customers. And what do you do to your customer? You don't kill them off. Why would you kill a customer off? Think about it. See, donkeys think PlayStation's gonna kill Xbox off. They're gonna kill. How? How can Little Bank kill off Big Bank? How? That's why I said that. That's why I've been saying that as long as y'all know me, starting this generation. I said things that were gonna stand the test of time, bro. And Big Bank takes Little Bank is still here. Ain't nobody fuck with it. You know why? Because it's true. I ain't gotta change it. It's true. Big Bank takes Little Bank. So all this little dumbass shit, just like when they came up with Xbox getting out of the console space. You see? You see? Dummies say shit like that. Why the Xbox ain't going no damn where, bro? They're not going anywhere. The industry needs Xbox here. Who the hell you think is keeping the gate open for everybody? It ain't PlayStation. It damn sure ain't Nintendo. Look at Nintendo. You got all these, boy, you got these Nintendo fans out here looking so damn, oh my God, they looking so buttery. Out here clapping around for some 480p camera lenses. 480p, bro. In 2025. Got the little weak ass chat cameras. Golly, bro. Outdated like a mug. They outdated like a mug. You remember the word mug? They outdated like a mug out here. You got these outdated ass platforms. And then they want to make the excuse for Nintendo. Well, it's just, it's a family. Okay. Well, get your ass out there and go buy a Switch 2 and play Mario Kart all day. I dare you. You can keep that shit. Talking about I got Cyberpunk. Look how stupid they look, bro. I went and bought Cyberpunk so you can play that bitch at 20 frames per second in 2025. And they wonder why Nintendo don't get no better. Nintendo is not pushing the industry forward. Look at that shit. It's Xbox. Now, Xbox, like I said, AKA Ghost in the Shell, is everywhere. And like I told y'all, it's going to come a time where you look, wherever you see, when they talk about gaming, they're gonna have to affiliate it and tie it into Xbox. They're not gonna tie gaming into Nintendo. That shit's outdated. They're not gonna tie gaming into PlayStation. That shit's outdated. The only two places they gonna talk about gaming now is Steam on PC and Xbox on console. And Xbox knows it. That's why they said, you know what? I am a PC console. You're going to get me back again. And that's exactly where it's going. Xbox is going back to its true form. That's why PlayStation, no, not one PlayStation console ever made can fuck with the OG Xbox. That's facts. The OG Xbox has features that ain't none of the damn PlayStation can fuck with. That's facts. OG Xbox, facts. I don't need no whack ass memory cards, facts. I can burn CDs. Yeah, I can burn it on my PlayStation too. Okay, put that shit in your video games though. Make a soundtrack right off them damn video games. You can't do that. Shut the hell up. It took you to get a second. You said what? PlayStation 2, you caught a nail already. Xbox came out doing that out the gate. It took Sony 2 consoles to do what Xbox did out the gate. This is facts. You had GT, you had Gran Turismo all these damn years, and that's the best you can do with Gran Turismo. Forza come out, whooped his ass. And whooped his. The only time Gran Turismo will win anything is when Forza is absent. If Forza is around, Gran Turismo wins nothing. Facts. They hate Di-RRec Gaming, bro. They hate this channel. They hate this channel, bro. They can keep hating it. I don't give a damn, bro. It's facts. We lived through this shit. We used to go to GameStop and you see them weirdos selling PlayStation, the motherfuckers lying to them and shit. Oh yeah, this shit right here is the best console out. This shit here. And motherfuckers use a lot of them damn customers, bro. I used to love going to GameStop, fucking them up. That's dog shit, man. Stop lying. That's what I did for fun. I was battling out there for fun. I was going to them GameStop stores just to fuck with them. Why is Xbox way back there in the back, man? Shit, motherfuckers are lying. Hey, ask him about the PlayStation. Tell him about the PlayStation, motherfucker. You don't even know what the fuck to say about the PlayStation because you got a lie already in your mind. You about to get ready to lie to that man. Let's just leave the store. We went through that shit. Real Xbox fans went through that shit. It's for real. We went through that shit. Hey, they lied to that. They lied to their consumers saying that PlayStation 4 was a true 1080p console. At the end of the life cycle of PlayStation 4, Sony got sued. Sony got sued for that shit because that wasn't no true 1080p console. They got sued. It's facts. It's facts, bro. It's facts. Sony gets out here and lies about console numbers. That's facts. They get sued. That's why they're fixing to get their worst sue in history, bro. $7.9 billion. And on Di-RRec Gaming, here we're not gonna bite around the bush either. We're not gonna bite around that bush. We're gonna let you know right now. Here we go. Sony finna lose that case, bro. That $8 billion is going to the damn judge. It's going to the courts. They about to rack up on Sony. And y'all sitting around here wondering why Sony ain't making no damn games. Bitch, they getting prepared to lose $8 billion. That's what Sony's getting prepared to do. Because they gonna lose that shit. They got over 6 years of these fuckers taking your money, donkeys. And y'all will still take up for Sony. Look. Sony's been robbing them blind, Spartan. And you got these idiots loving that shit. Instead of being upset, they defend Sony.
They are gladly taking it with no Vaseline, bro.
With none. With a pool stick, bro. They Vaseline that pool stick, and they love that shit.
They
They
go in
resident gamer, you can't make this shit up.
with
They've
haptic
been
feedback.
poking them. They've been poking them for over 6 years, famo. Over 6. They got document evidence of 6 years of material, bro. Sony's about to catch this L. This is gonna be ridiculous, bro. They going down in history. Look, man, they already made the worst fucking game ever, and now they about to get hit with the worst. Dog, this shit's crazy, bro. That $8 billion lawsuit, that shit gonna be crazy. You think they ain't making games now? Just wait when that shit happens. And the court start in 2026, the actual year of the Xbox. The 25th anniversary year of Xbox is when Sony got to go to the EU for that court case. And the EU gonna eat their ass up, bro. What is it called? The consumer protection, something like that. The consumer rights. They gonna eat Sony's ass up for being fraudulent to their own base. So don't give a fuck about their fan base, bro. They robbing them. That's why you don't ever see me take any of these donkeys seriously, bro. They got blind fury. They love blindly. They don't even know why they really like PlayStation. They just like it. They don't know. Because if you start asking them about what you like so much about PlayStation, what made all you know, here, not that. Here's all you got to do. What makes PlayStation better? They'll start lying to you right there. They can't even tell you the truth. You just ask them that, you say that simple question, the next thing that come out their fucking mouth is a lie. Because if you tell the truth about PlayStation, won't nobody buy that shit. You got to be out your fucking rabbit ass mind to buy a PlayStation after you're told everything it can't do. I'll take it. I'll buy it. Everything that it can't do, I got it. That's a deal. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That's why Sony is scared. It's a scared ass company. It buys to keep games off of Xbox because it's scared. It don't want to match up with Xbox anywhere because it's scared. Because it can't compete with Xbox. Xbox is a gatekeeping. They gatekeep away from Xbox. That's cool. Because Xbox, all right, we're just gonna buy the whole fucking Western library up. And it's mobile power. Now what, bitch? Now what, bitch? We don't care about your gatekeeping no more. Because now we're the third party. We're part of this entity, this power called third party. And guess what? We already know that your fans love you blindly. Well, guess what they're going to do for us? The same fucking thing. Look at them. Look at them today. Loving Gears of War. Loving Call of Duty. Loving Minecraft. And these motherfuckers got the nerve to try to talk shit to us. Bitch, you love Xbox. You talking about Xbox about to die. No, the fuck it ain't. Because you horses and donkeys and centaurs are going to make sure Xbox stays around.
We got a $5 super chat from Gamers Over Everything. He says, when you're bleeding in the water and everything that's an Xbox begins to circle you, what's next?
I love it, man. Let me get him in here. Let's do it. There he is. Let's put a star on him. There we go. Let that shit sit there. Appreciate the support tonight, man. For real. They think this is called hating on PlayStation. How the fuck am I hating on PlayStation when I'm telling you the dog shit truth? What? They gonna lose the law. I'm telling you, they're gonna lose the lawsuit. They're gonna lose that shit. That's not hating on Xbox. That's just telling y'all the truth. All the wheels done rolled off. Your narrative, your myths, and your theories are gone. That's not hating on PlayStation. I'm sorry if I said hating on Xbox. That's not hating on PlayStation. That's telling you the dog shit truth. You just don't like it. It tastes like shit to you when you hear it. But fuck you and your feelings, bro. This is truth over feelings. What's his fucking name, bro? Where he takes off his fucking shirt, fat fuck. You don't like the truth? Go listen to that motherfucker on YouTube. That ain't on YouTube no more, I guess now. His show fucked up. That fat motherfucker. Shit, most of these motherfuckers are fat. Fat bitches out here with microphones and fat as fuck. Can't even run. Fuck out of here. Want to talk shit to somebody. Be ducking and dodging in real life. Fuck out of here, man. I ain't no gamers, bro. Y'all a bunch of bitches out here, man. Y'all got this whole era all fucked up because y'all ain't got no real gamers representing the shit. That's why. So fuck PlayStation. Nobody give a fuck about PlayStation, man. Fuck it. I sure as hell don't. What the hell do I want with a PlayStation? Xbox sitting up here dropping games every bro. Game Pass is kicking Sony's ass. A service. It ain't even a console. So we got a service kicking Sony's ass, and we got a handheld kicking Sony's ass. So what do you think's about to happen next? When that new Xbox comes out, what do you think's gonna happen? The ass whooping starts this holiday season with the handhelds. You don't think people ain't finna go out here and buy these damn Xbox handhelds? You out your rabbit ass, donkey ass mind. Now you got people walking around with Xboxes, walking around with them bitches. They never thought they gonna lose their minds, bro. Never thought in their lifetime that they would see mobilized Xboxes running around. That's gonna drive them motherfuckers crazy, bro. That's gonna drive them crazy, bro. And when we start playing their games, they're gonna lose it. When we start playing their games, they're gonna lose it, bro. So get ready, have some fun, play your games, ignore these dumb fucks. Play your games, bro, because y'all are the only ones that got video games to play. You got them. You got them. You got Starfield. You got Stalker 2. You got Avowed. You got South of Midnight. You got those games. Don't let nobody talk you into thinking that there's no reason to buy an Xbox. Don't get that motherfucker, a whole damn slate coming to PlayStation. We've been hearing that shit. Xbox is dead. Been hearing that shit for 15 years, bro. But let me tell you what I can say, though. That's official. That the fucking media now is saying this shit. PlayStation has no games. We don't give a fuck about what you say. PlayStation has no games. That's facts. Rez, get us the hell up out of here, man.
Yeah, you can find me right here on DIRREC Gaming.
Spartan, get us out of here, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you all. You can catch me right here on DIRREC Gaming.
Hey, y'all already know. Thanks for putting up with me tonight, man. I had to cook, man. I had to cook. Because when I saw them articles, man, when I saw that shit, I'm going live tonight, bro. I'm about to put some spices in the pot, man. So I appreciate y'all coming out here, man, to listen to me, man. But it's only going to get better, bro. We might mess around and do a show this weekend. We probably not. You know how it is on DIRREC Gaming. It just depends on what happens. So nothing better not happen between now and Sunday, because we're going to be right back up on here. Truth over feelings. We're going to beat that shit down. I go by the name of the new legal man. This is DIRREC Gaming. Always remember to keep it gaming, man. Don't be caught out here tucking your chain. Don't let nobody take your one up, man. Keep your one up, because every single one of y'all deserves a second chance. In the meantime, we bringing the streets to gaming and bringing gaming back to the streets. God bless each and every one of y'all, man. Y'all stay safe, and we're going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Peace.